I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it, man, I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man, we can't be stopped. On the strip.
Paul, get me off with some of that mango, nigga. That shit good, but. So we back at it. Next we have to discuss on the see, none of the fuckers in my face, bro. I distinctly know that's in the contract. No flies in my face. What about a young Atlanta cop fired? Well, not a young Atlanta cop, but Atlanta cop fired for over her daughter's viral videos about the Shaka Zulu shooting in Atlanta. Shaka Zulu is, I don't know if he still is or was, Ludacris's manager.
He killed him?
He killed somebody. Well, I ain't gonna say, did he kill the motherfucker? Yeah, because they're trying to charge him with murder. So, but he was being jumped by 4 motherfuckers. And they're also a stand your ground state. And they charged him with murder instead of self-defense. And he was being attacked. He was being violently, you know, they tried to get him doing dirty. 4 big dudes was jumping on him. And he got a chance to pop one of their ass. The daughter was going on live.
He got shot too, didn't he?
Did he get shot?
Yeah, he got shot. And then when he, I think he was fucking about to die or something, or critical condition. When he got back right, they charged him.
So, the daughter has been ranting and speaking up on her platform.
Daughter of the police officer.
Of the police officer.
Of the 8 police officer.
And speaking about the murder, speaking about him being charged with murder when he clearly shouldn't be charged with murder at all or any of that. And in Atlanta state law says that no police officer should be held liable for any actions taken upon by said family members or anyone like that, that it should be bringing harm or problem to their job situation. So her having freedom of speech should not bother her mother's job. But going on with, like I said, freedom of speech, they still found a way to put the mother on, first she was on administrative paid leave, then she was secondly reprimanded, and then they, over something else, they brought up something but didn't give a reason, but said it was something they couldn't speak on, and came to her home to confiscate her badge, her gun, you know, whatever you gotta give back as a police officer.
She'll get another job somewhere else. You're just fired from there. That's it. You know, you're not fired as a police officer. They can't do that right there.
They're fired as a police officer.
No, they fired her from that department. You know what I'm saying? Even people who, you know what I'm saying, you just beat Rodney King. We just beat the shit out of some motherfucking shit. We got you and she was fired from us. Some other police department somewhere in the nation, they'll hire you again.
But
so I think they got rid of her position.
Yeah, they got rid of the whole shit, period.
Yeah, because now you're distracted. You brought this distraction upon our police department because you work here. That girl should have had a conversation with her mom to let her know, you know what I'm saying, hey, this is what I want to do. And he's like, whoa, that's going to bring a negative attention to my department. We can't even do our job because every time you turn around, the cameras are going to be everywhere interviewing me.
The girl herself is an activist already.
Yeah, so
she's a lawyer too.
And she's a 3-year law student.
So she should have known that right there, that negative attention. We don't want that here. We're going to let you go, you know what I'm saying, when it blows over, somebody else will pick you up.
Well, she was thinking it was freedom of speech.
Yeah, freedom of speech ain't free. I can't say I'm gonna kill the president. Guess what? Now I'm being arrested. I can't say I'm gonna blow this motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff we can't say.
But in their law, it states that she shouldn't be, something like that happened, she shouldn't be feeling anything from it.
They're about to fire a police officer, because I don't know if this is his girlfriend or what, but some little dorky rat nerdy little dude is behind a fence. This is so fucking creepy, you fucker. You know, but he's recording it's a police officer, and he's, you know, on a cruiser, you know what I'm saying, and then some girl comes up and he starts kissing her and shit. You know what I'm saying? If she's a prostitute, you know what I'm saying? But if that's your girlfriend, y'all sitting there doing some control, you know, I'm gonna bring you something to eat, and you kissing and all that right there, you a fucking pervert, you know what I'm saying, for watching shit.
He put him and kissed a prostitute?
No, I don't know if it was a prostitute. They didn't know when they first joined it, they didn't know who the chick was. But you was an officer and you're sitting up there, you know, kissing. That right there can get you fired. Somebody else can pick you up. You know what I'm saying? You've had, just like teachers, just like police officers and teachers. Oh, we done found some videos you put up on the web of you in lingerie and you all naked and all that shit. Oh, we don't want that distraction in our school or in our department. You're gonna cause a distraction to come here.
But they have a law that it's not supposed to bother. It wasn't supposed to bother her. It's in their laws that shouldn't harm her. Even and it specifically said
I've read a lot
family
of
members.
We don't need a reason to fire
Shouldn't
you.
have affected her position.
Yeah, it shouldn't have bothered
It
them.
wasn't her bringing attention to the shit.
No, it wasn't. It was somebody else, but it's
Your
you.
daughter.
So you don't think that, you know what I'm saying, like if that was my daughter, you don't think me as a police officer, they would come, hey, the comments your daughter made, the comments your daughter made. You got that all up in the department and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean,
It still shouldn't affect her job.
because they already had started walking away from her and shit like that within the precinct.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just like naked photos of yourself shouldn't affect your job. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of shit that shouldn't affect your job.
Oh, that's gonna affect your job.
That is nakedness.
That's gonna affect your job. That's your naked photos that you put up. Or
Like 16 years ago or some shit now it's on the internet. We don't want that distraction. We don't want what comes after that or may come after that.
So somebody already had to be protesting or saying that, you know, it was wrong or whatever the fuck.
I mean,
Only
to secure her mom's job, because like you said, she a lawyer and all that stuff right here, I'd have wrote these in my words, you know what I'm saying, and then I would have had you say them. You know what I'm saying? I know they're my words, but you're saying it. You ain't gotta say this is by Paul Clark or nothing. Just do that.
I'll get that.
And she's probably one of them, hey, I'm a lawyer and my mom's a police officer. You can't tell me.
She's, to be a lawyer, she's in school for to be a lawyer.
I mean, she
Not
just
a
looks
lawyer,
like the
yeah.
type that would tell somebody, because my mom is in law enforcement, so I know. And I'm in school to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just over.
But
When
still,
you going to school to be a lawyer, this is the time when she would know.
freedom of speech.
She would know penal code, all kinds of shit,
Yeah.
and that's why she used her freedom of speech the way she does, because she knows the law. I'm
Yeah,
sure
but
she knows
that's
the law,
still it.
knows
Listen right here.
what can be and
No.
can't be.
What freedom of speech was, that came out in America because, like, you can't say, fuck the king in England because you will die.
You can
know what I'm
say what
saying?
you want, boy. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
This is what I'm saying right here. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of speech, like when we talk our talk, you don't get arrested for it.
Right.
You're free. She could say that. There's be penalties from otherwhere, but not, you know what I'm saying, the law and a judge is going to say we sentence you to 11 months. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? There was a point in time in history where you couldn't have freedom of speech because you would die. You know, or you would be put in a dungeon. You couldn't say fuck the queen. You couldn't say that shit. Off with his head. Off with his motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? And Fidel Castro. Go to Cuba and talk ill about Fidel Castro. Kim Jong. Freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? We can say fuck Trump.
No doubt.
Did you go to jail? Did you die? You know what I'm saying? Now, some people may say, you know, because of your job, like, hey, that's not something you should have said right there because you're a school teacher and you over there talking about some fuck Trump and all that stuff. Right? We're going to have to let you go. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with the law. You know what I'm saying? So that is freedom of speech. You're allowed to. Police ain't banging on her door, arresting her or nothing. She ain't being put to death or nothing.
So if they can't come up with a reason that they fired her, then what is that?
That is the reason. The
Is that a
distraction.
lawsuit?
No, that is the reason. The
I would
distraction.
definitely I would
That's
go
not
after
a
a
reason,
lawsuit
man.
because
That wasn't
she
her
was
saying
fired.
the shit.
And that's a whole slander on the Atlanta Police Department.
That
Whether it's
wasn't-
true or not, it's still a slander at them. And then that's your daughter doing it. So that's going to bring media and all that to question about the slanders and all that shit right there. Now, this is legal. Oh, no,
What's the
no,
slander?
Huh?
That they shouldn't arrested me?
Is it a what?
What's the slander that they shouldn't arrested?
No,
they
you know what I'm saying?
Not arrested.
Her whole
arrested.
thing is she's pointing fingers at the Atlanta Police Department. You know what I'm saying? Which her,
So I don't
her
understand
mom
what
worked
she's
at.
saying. What she's
Which
saying.
which her mom. Oh, okay, right
They
here.
wrong for
Put it
the
right
shit
here, right
they did
here.
and charge
You work at
them with
Chipotle's, right?
No.
You
I'm
work
trying
at
to understand
Chipotle's.
what they saying. What she was saying. What she was accusing the police of.
By charging him with the murder, like he don't deserve to be charged with murder.
Did she say he don't deserve to get charged with murder? He need to be released.
Remember what happened when the girl?
Did she say anything towards the police department?
Yes.
What was it that she said?
She is basically saying this right here
about
he shouldn't be charged. That's not slander.
No, she's.
I didn't hear her slander.
The incompetence of the Atlanta Police Department. Play. Like she said, her whole thing was angry. It was over. It's just like this.
No, she spoke with
remember the little boy
Grace.
when his mom got punched on and he came in that chicken swat and shot the dude. That's what she is saying is supposed to happen to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you can arrest him and all that, but then you look at the video, whatever the evidence you got, like, okay, let him go. He was defending himself. That's what she's saying should have happened. Because it was, you know, saying stand your ground in a stand your own ground state. And it's four big ass motherfuckers violently coming towards you. What do you do? But she definitely had used her freedom of speech.
Turn it up.
And I ain't playing.
That's just like if you work at a Chipotle. If you work at a Chipotle and I'm your son and I got a sign that said Chipotle got rats, Chipotle got
rats. That's slander.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, you know, I know, and that's basically you, incompetent police department, Atlanta Police Department.
In an incident outside of the
She's making them sound wicked.
Of the Ep89pt2
like it's
restaurant
racist.
in Atlanta, where he was attacked by 4 individuals, according to the video. Once he was able to get to his feet, he shot one of them, and they died. During the incident, Zulu himself was shot also. We have photos all over the internet of him recovering. He was in intensive care for months. Before then, after the incident and intensive care, he was charged with murder. He was charged with aggravated assault. He was charged with simple battery. He was charged with possession of a firearm. Ms. Hall has been advocating for justice since 2022. So shortly after these videos went online, Ms. Frost, the mother, the police officer, claims the attitude towards her at work completely changed. She began to be left out of important meetings, receiving passive-aggressive comments from coworkers. She even brought forward these concerns to the assistant chief, who assured her he'd create a meeting to address these concerns with superiors, stating, quote, "I come seeking solutions. I believe this issue is fixable with honestly grown-up
all that
conversation,
distraction.
but I'm not sure
She was
we
cool.
will get there without intervention. Right now, I am confused."
She was cool until her daughter put the video up. She said, now my co-workers treat me different.
Ms. Hall, an activist, law student, publicly challenged the murder charges against Shaka Zulu, okay? She wasn't the only one. A lot of individuals did, including members of the elected class of Atlanta. She did so by making social media videos analyzing the footage of the scene, breaking it down as a legal scholar. Okay? She broke it down, posed the questions that typically would be posed during a legal investigation, especially that of a criminal nature. Right? All this is within the context.
Fast forward to the.
Let's put up Shaka Zulu. We covered this when it happened. We remember when it went down. The manager of Ludacris on June of 2022, Shaka Zulu, on July 10th. According to Ms. Frost, the HR director of the Atlanta Police Department arrived at her home to inform her case. It continues. I can never look at policing, Chief.
Is that the beginning?
Chief Sherlock, or any men in a stand your ground.
There you go.
The significant background, here it is.
And charge
Hold on.
or your place supposed to know the law. Watch the video. a 52-year-old man being jumped by 4 men in a stand your ground state and charged him with murder. We don't need to ask who the first aggressor is. That doesn't apply when somebody's coming onto your property or your place of business or your home. What we need to ask is, 1, was Shaka at his place of business? 2, did Shaka reasonably believe that they were going to use deadly force or force against him? Unequivocally, the answer to both of those questions is yes. And for the life of me, I still cannot figure out how a PD charged Shaka Zulu with murder. This shot right here is seconds before he grabbed Trayvon. If you look at this, just look at this with a basic common sense eye. If you are standing there and you have someone in front of you that has their hand on their waistband who you've already told, don't pull that, and then you turn around and you look and you see 4 big grown men coming towards you, are you telling me that you're not going to be thinking that your life is in danger? Are you telling me that you're not thinking that something is getting ready to happen?
That young lady, in addition to being an outspoken activist, advocate, broadcaster, she's a 3-year law student.
So is that all she said?
Her mother, at the time,
They and it showed it all out. I had to look into it to find out who it was. Like what it was her like original video. Like even in that right there, she was like in a common sense eye. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all motherfuckers ain't got common sense. You know what I'm saying? Look at it in a common sense eye. She snuck shit in there, like, you know what I'm saying?
Going off of that, that's
like saying just look at it without speculation.
Going
Just
off of
looking
that.
at it.
No, I told you I looked at I had to
No, I'm saying,
find
I'm just saying, going off of that, then that's not enough.
Like I even wanted to see what the mom looked like.
Mom looked good. She looked good. Mom and the daughter are fishing.
And they took on mine, it wouldn't show the video. I wanted to see the video because on there they didn't show the
The
video.
mom is sexy.
So,
Beautiful.
you ain't see the 4 dudes?
No,
Yeah, you can
I wasn't
see-
thinking about them. I really wasn't thinking
You
about
can
them.
see the dudes in the video. You can see all that in the video.
But clearly, you know what I'm saying, like we listened to before, you know what I'm saying, her mother was like all of a sudden at work, there's important meetings, you're not invited to them. You know what I'm saying? People giving you this cold shoulder, you know what I'm saying, how you doing, Bill? And Bill's like, you know what I'm saying, like that's a distraction. Before that, shit was cool. Then you put that video up and everybody's like, and we don't want you to know certain shit, because, you know, we don't want you, you know, calmly conversating with your daughter, and your daughter taking your words that you told me and then put it on the internet again and stuff. Like,
But
we
I don't
walking
think
on-
she did that. I mean, it was on the news, so she could have. I mean, who knows? The daughter might even knew Shaka Zulu. You know what I'm
Might
saying?
even been there.
Might have been there, might have known, or just knowing. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's many factors that could be. But I think that, you know, from standing around and having an observation and knowing a little bit about the law, that's probably, you know, the motherfuckers be in law school, some of them, when they learning that shit, especially young black women in today's society, she definitely gonna be up on her shit, I would imagine.
And this will be her first lesson.
And this is gonna be her, like, you know, knowing the law, talking to a motherfucker, because, you know, I think all black women like that, when they know something or they got some point of,
Because great lawyers.
when they know shit,
Great
and they
lawyer.
can't wait to tell a motherfucker and be precise about it, like, no, but you know, and get their shit across. So I think she would never open her mouth without having straight knowledge of what she's talking
The
about.
more experience and the more being around successful lawyers are snakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They will find a fucking loophole like a motherfucker. They gonna look for
Yeah.
it and help it. Yes, this
But
may
they
be
looking
my
at the
person.
books though.
You know what
They
I'm saying?
looking
Yeah.
at the laws.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The laws is, and you can just sit up there and intertwine what the laws do and say. You know what I'm saying? That's what Donald Trump was saying when they did on the taxes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's loopholes and shit.
That's why he's saying,
Yeah, there's always loopholes.
this is what I'm gonna do, because
Like
that shit's
bankruptcy
corrupt.
itself is a fucking loophole. You know, I'm gonna use bankruptcy. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? In the 70s, a lot of people wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But once people started to get hip to that loophole, there's loopholes, and the loopholes was, I'm gonna put these words, and I'm gonna have you recite these words right here. These is my words, but on camera, you're saying it. You know what I'm saying? I would have did that instead. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been frowning on somebody else.
I think maybe the severity of the situation.
'Cause no laws were broken.
Who did what? Like, I don't know. I can't speculate because I think a couple different scenarios in it. Like I said, when it was playing, remember I just said, I wonder how him and Ludacris' relationship is, like if they still down or had a breakup business-wise or something like that.
Ludacris managing?
He managed Ludacris. So.
He don't need no manager anymore.
So you like nigga, you know, you can be the got cut off. They could be the had a difference of opinions, and they could be beef, and it could be, you know what I'm saying, like it could be some shit.
And then that's a conflict.
Ludacris sent the motherfuckers to whoop his ass.
And then that's a conflict of interest and shit, what you're saying, and then what my mom is doing in, you know what I'm saying, in the police department, what you're saying, it's kind of like against us, you know what I'm saying? You telling us we ain't doing our job right.
Yeah, that's what she's saying exactly.
And then what if she don't have patience also? You know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the guy that killed the little kid, you know, in South Park, he was arrested for murder. They was wondering why you let him go, because the stand your ground state, you know, then they arrest him again, you know, come to find out, you go to court, and you know, he was standing his own ground. You know what I'm saying, but you was arrested already first. You know what I'm saying, so in stand your ground laws, you know what I'm saying, it's completely different. I can arrest you, you know what I'm saying, and I just want to know what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying, now let's come to find out you are innocent. I'm not gonna sit up there and arrest you like, you know what I'm saying, like you guilty, and you sit up in jail trying to get, you know what I'm saying, bail money and put together, you innocent the whole time, so we're gonna let both of y'all motherfuckers go. We're gonna let you go. You know what I'm saying? But when we find evidence that you are guilty, we coming to get you.
Yeah. So I guess we could check that out and see how that unfolds, because she has rights and the mom has rights as well. It could end up being a discrimination charge for it. It could be a discrimination suit.
Businesses have rights. This right here is so obvious right here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Obvious what?
No, I mean this practice has been you know, done a lot right there. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a gospel thing and you my evangelist and over here, and then your daughter the hottest stripper, you know what I'm saying, in the Midwest, no, we can't use your services and shit, you know what I'm saying, because it makes us look bad to look how you got your daughter out here, but you don't because she's grown and there's nothing you can do to stop it and shit. Like, so yeah, I'm gonna let you up to save us, you know what I'm saying, to save, you know, that's a conflict of interest. We raising angels and we preaching that, you know what I'm saying.
They helping people too.
Yeah,
they don't.
I know in the police department they help people also, but there's a conflict. There's a conflict of interest, so you will have a right
to. No conflict of interest.
It
That's
is.
just a person's opinion.
But it's still a conflict of interest.
Nah, that can't be a conflict of interest.
It is.
She worked for the police department. She ain't say nothing about it.
You're telling us what we should do in our police department. This is what we should do.
You can tell them what they should do. You can have opinion. You can have an opinion on that.
No, it's the thing right here. It's the distraction part. You know what I'm saying? That
No,
she said the whole thing is off now. You know, they don't even talk to her. She didn't invite to no meetings, no nothing.
I'm just saying.
People don't say hi to her.
That
you know what I'm saying?
sound like a fucking.
Your video distracted your mom's whole work area. We
That
can't even
sound
solve
like
our
a
crime.
lawsuit.
Yeah, I think it sounds like discrimination.
A person outside of the fucking police department is talking, then
Yeah.
shit.
And it just so happened to be my daughter.
You can't discriminate against a person because a person outside.
You can have
of
a
the
right to
department-
fire people for no reason at all. We be saying that in the fine print that don't nobody never read. You know, we can fire you for no fucking reason.
No, that ain't say that
We can.
because.
Not as a
Come on,
police officer. And they said it, that's why they brought up the.
If I can fire you,
that's why they brought up the codes.
If I can fire you because you used to be a stripper and 10 years ago, here's
That's
shit you put
not
on the
the
internet 10
situation.
years ago as a
That-
teacher.
that
it
is the case in
you
this
ain't do that.
situation.
You gonna fire me because of my past. I'm gonna fire you because of what you presently said.
But
Your
that
past
ain't
and
the
your
case
present.
in this situation. That's even left field.
Because no
from the
laws was
situation.
breaking. Even the, I'm gonna have to
Exactly,
let
that's
you
the
go.
No
point
laws
right
was broken.
there. No
She
laws
had
was
freedom of
broken.
speech, and then they fired her
And
because
they didn't break
the
any
daughter
laws.
spoke. They did.
No, they didn't break
break
the
the
law. Y'all
law.
assume that that's a law.
No,
That's
I don't assume nothing. I think the
That's
shit
walking
is
around.
said.
That's walking around here right now.
If
You know what I'm saying?
if
Like here's
they-
one right here. You can't wait. I got 2 jobs, one at McDonald's and one at Burger King. When they find that out, we're gonna have to let you go. You know what I'm saying? It's conflict of
Why would
interest. You gotta have
They will not let you go.
Hey, hold on. You can get kicked out. Go to a White Castle and bring you a medium Big Don sub and a pizza and sit there and eat it. We're gonna
Now
have to-
that's a
we're gonna have to-
conflict of interest.
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's not the same shit. You
Castle.
cannot bring.
Don't eat that shit out there. I don't want my customers in here like, let me get a, it smell like pizza. Ooh, let's go get it. Now you taking my customers because they wasn't
That's
thinking
what
about
I'm
pizza.
saying, man. You gotta bring up some good
That's
shit.
conflict of
You
interest.
go
That's
on
what
a
the
break,
things you speaking
bring
on
whatever
are
the fuck
conflict. The
you
other
want
shit
to
ain't.
the break, to a break. You
The
bring
mom said
outside
there's
food.
conflict in the workplace already.
It's not the same.
Already.
thing,
I can't run a department if you just brought conflict
It's conflict
to the department.
because the motherfucker is saying, come on, man.
Watch this right here.
That shit, we ain't watching nothing. This shit ain't right, basically. That's all she's saying. How's that a conflict?
Because
The
her
shit ain't
mother
right, the
is
shit
in
ain't
that.
right.
Your mother is in that department, and now they got cameras and all that. It's a distraction. Now you brought all this unnecessary shit.
I don't
Maybe
think
if we
it's-
let you go, well, we cut you off today. Guess what? The cameras ain't gonna be here tomorrow, or the
I
next
think
day,
it's
or
a
the next day, and everybody gonna go back and saying hi to each other.
They're not letting them inside the police precinct anyway.
She going
No, they still. You gotta go to work. And what you gonna do? Just blink your eye and you at your desk? No, so you pulling up and
No,
there's 50
but that ain't
cameras
the
there.
case. But that ain't the case. It's not the same thing.
There's
I'm going
50
to have
cameras
a
there
lawsuit.
asking you about me. You know what I'm saying? And then she gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have 50 cameras asking, hey, your daughter said, you brought all that shit to my doorstep. You know what I'm
She is
saying?
going to
They got
have
the
a
right to do
lawsuit.
that.
Plus-
They ain't break no laws.
They arrested her. They didn't press the charges on her. The prosecutor pressed charges on her.
And that's what I almost wanted to say.
That's
You're
not-
blaming the police, and it's like, this is a
No.
law issue that got something to do with the shooting. You know what I'm saying?
She talking about the prosecution. She gotta be talking about the prosecution because the prosecutor
It didn't happen yet.
filed
It ain't-
charges.
we're arresting you. You ain't went to court yet.
The prosecutor, the one
They
telling
probably
to
looking
arrest
for a
him.
prosecutor for him right now. That's what they do that.
No, the prosecutor gotta tell him to arrest him. To arrest him. We got proof that he shouldn't have had a gun, that he started, or that he did this.
They ain't the
gotta
lead
have-
detective.
Huh?
They ain't the lead detective. The lead detective brings it to the prosecutor.
Exactly.
The prosecutor ain't doing
say, go ahead with
no.
it.
Yeah, after the lead detective do all the legwork.
Listen, the prosecutor in the front case in Chicago said we not prosecute that. Not the detective. The detective didn't say
Yeah,
that.
it goes from the detective to the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's good enough evidence, then the
The
prosecutor
prosecutor
say,
said not
let's
enough
do it.
evidence.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But if you ain't bringing this shit, then
But
you
they
can't.
ended up the dude. I don't understand how dude was being jumped, and I haven't went that deep into it. But she just saying it's wrong for them to do that, and it's wrong now that her mother has to suffer from her personal opinion.
From
They're
her
making her
daughter,
mother,
her grown ass daughter.
her grown ass, don't live in the same house as a daughter that's in her own world doing her own shit.
But that's
That her
done
mother has to suffer from that.
That's done all over the nation, though. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to let you go, and it's over some personal shit. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, but this
all
ain't
over America.
personal. This ain't
So
personal.
what exactly can they say we fired her for?
Okay, watch this one right here. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
nah,
Hold on,
what
we'll give you one
can
right
they
here.
say
Conflict
we
of
fired her
interest.
for?
Remember the white lady, the NAACP with the braids, and she was telling everybody that she's black, and then saw someone, her parents was like, no, this is us when she was
They
little.
didn't
This
fire
bitch
her,
is white. This is okay. She was forced to resign. I can no longer work here because they're gonna put me down. Either listen right here, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But you can if something resign, you know what I'm saying? You can gracefully resign. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have you gracefully resign. Resign.
Because
Because if
she
you
was
don't,
black.
you gotta go. No, you just lie. It's about the whole lie that you
No, I'm saying, they
That's
thought-
There ain't no
wicked.
lies being told in this other situation.
No, anyway, no, listen right here. What she did was not against the law. I lied to people and said I was black. You know what I'm saying? It was it's now a conflict of interest. What you're bringing now, if we allowed you to sit here, it's like, y'all got the fakest person ever. You mocking us, you know what I'm saying? You betraying, you know what I'm saying? You pretended. So they was like, you gotta go. We can't have you as the face here anymore because of the way you making us look. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did to the mom. The daughter is bringing this distraction because everyone, what nobody worried about the NAACP in that time until it was about the white bitch with the braids claiming she's black.
This is different.
No, it's the same thing. It ain't gotta be the
That's not
exact
the same.
same.
Because
It ain't
the
gotta be the same.
type
white
of
woman
conflict
claiming
of
she's
interest.
black was the
It's not the
person
same.
of interest, the person in the case. This person is not even the police officer.
I know.
If the police officer was on the podcast talking down on the police department, then I could see them saying, "We gotta let you know,
Right.
you
You did
fired."
too much. You did way too much
but
in that
it's a
motherfucking
whole
podcast.
motherfucker. It's
Listen
a
right
bunch of motherfuckers around this motherfucker.
Watch the irony of this right here. Okay, not only is some lady, is some lady trying to discredit the Atlanta Police Department, but ironically, the mother has a very powerful position at this police. Oh, you're challenging not only just the police department because your mama is there, so you're challenging your mother too because she's there. She represents the police department and shit. And look, when now you got the cameras that want to interview her so bad. How do you feel about what you're doing? That's all
Now,
this
she
negative
interviewed
stuff
her,
right
then
here.
that'll
That's just like that
fucked
game.
up.
That's exactly like, well, how that gay NFL player that came openly in the draft that I'm gay, nobody wanted him because they did not want the distraction. It's about the cameras everywhere. How is your opinion about, we can't even practice because all these cameras are here. A distraction is a distraction. It ain't gotta be, it don't matter what it is. A distraction happens everywhere because you're the police department. There is no distraction. Ain't no distraction in the police department.
There's laws involved in
There's no distraction in the police department.
And I'm guaranteeing you that's why old girl.
If you got weakness in your foundation, you know, nobody, the weakness is ain't nobody talking to you. You're not being invited. Everything is off because of what your daughter. If that's weak, that's gonna bring every fucking thing down. So you can work somewhere else with and either bring that distraction over there, or maybe the shit cool off and ain't nobody talking about it no more. But you can always work. You can always work.
She gonna have a lawsuit.
Yeah, and I bet you she will lose. She will lose.
She
will
completely
lose
Because that's not the same thing.
You can let people go for whatever reason. It wasn't racist. I didn't let you go because it was anything racist. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't sexist. That's what's against the law. Whether you sit up there against the law,
you're not supposed to harm her.
Against the law is sexual.
Somebody else having a personal opinion about something.
I know, and I have the right to say who I can have around here or not. You know what I'm saying? I have the right to say who I trust around here. You know what I'm saying? Or who is not weakening. You know what I'm saying? My foundation. You know what I'm saying? Just a nice little shit we got going on right here, and then all of a sudden cameras is everywhere. People just saying this shit, you know.
That's normal in the police department.
No, that's normal everywhere. That's normal everywhere.
I'm just saying though, but that's normal shit. They get pressed. They get pressed for how
like it's so simple as if you the leader of a vegan organization and you work at Subway and you selling all kind of meat. They're gonna like, we don't want you here because what you bring will cause negativity and that will have people stop supporting us because look who y'all got as one of y'all sponsors. This bitch that eat meat. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that, and I just let you go. Wasn't nothing illegal.
You're wrong.
Wasn't nothing illegal. But I know this section of the Broadway podcast show was brought to you live by I got a taste for some greens. I want something different. I mean, some chicken from Morphin's Kitchen when they know ingredients, mince and list, and I want a brisket. I like my cornbread this thick. Pick up the phone, come get this. They got the biggest sandwiches. Ha. Thank you for Jesus. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yeah. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yeah. Is that macaroni and cheese? Yeah.
Or Famous Kitchen. Holler at us. We got you. 614-556-2174. Life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes, hold on a second. This segment of the Raw Show is being brought to you by life should be relaxing, but it's not. Sometimes you have to create your own enjoyment with many different creme brulee flavors, such as Very Beautiful, Lemon Haze, Pomegranate Mango, Exotic Plum. Relax, kick your feet up and enjoy the taste. Creme Velour, draped Imperial grapes. Creme Velour, my lord.
I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on the street boy beats. I'm on it, man. I told y'all niggas y'all ain't ready, man. We can't be stopped on the strip.